Hello and welcome back to the Champions League Challenge on Football Manager 2022. Now, since the last episode where we picked up 2 defeats in a row, we've played quite a few games off camera. We're down to the final 2 games of the first stage of the season, so we've played 28 games now. So before we get into anything else, let's take a look at the games that we've played off camera. Steaua faced a tough away game against third-placed FCSB, were well outclassed but didn't help themselves by conceding 2 penalties in the first half of a 2-0 defeat. The next game didn't get any better as an early Levante Nemeth goal was just a sign of things to come as CFR Cluj ran out 3-0 winners. There was no sign of a win in the home game against Farol Constanța either. Despite Tomaniga saving a penalty, Steaua still succumbed to a 1-0 defeat. Steaua finally picked up their first point in 6 games with a 0-0 draw at home to Academica Clinceni. They went one better in the next game against Concordia Chiajna with David Min capitalising on a defensive error to give Steaua a 1-goal victory in the final game before the mid-season break. Steaua returned to action from the winter break with a derby against Dynamo Bucharest but couldn't return to winning ways as they fell to a 2-0 defeat, not helped by a goalkeeping error from Tomaniga. Having gone 2 goals down, Steaua did their best to get back into the game with Milos Kukoc scoring a deflected Drgici shot and Oliver Casey hitting the bar late on but ended up losing 2-1. Bottom of the table, Universitatea Cluj were next to arrive at Steaua, taking the lead twice but being cut back twice by goals from Steaua central midfielders Julian Bedea and Federico Marchesi as the game ended 2-2. Steaua managed to pick up a surprising draw away from home at 7th placed FC Arges with Kukoc grabbing an equaliser after a defensive mistake from an Arges defender in a game that ended 1-1. Steaua looked a completely different side in their home game against 3rd placed Sepsi OSK. Jovan Mitrovic opened the scoring with a tap-in and then Dimsiu Halep scored a glorious solo goal which saw him run most of the length of the pitch to lead Steaua to a surprising 2-0 win. The Bucharest side were back to their usual selves in time for a trip to 12th place UTA Arid as they created very few chances in a 1-0 defeat. Chances were few and far between for Steaua in their latest match against Universitatea Craiova 2 as both teams cancelled each other out in a 0-0 draw. Yes, so after all those games, all 12 games since the last episode, we are second bottom in the table. It's not looking great. We are level on points with Dynamo Bucharest, who are the team above us. They've played a game more than us. We're a decent amount clear of bottom of the table. Universitatea Cluj, 11 points clear of them. But of course, the bottom 2 places are automatically relegated when we get into the relegation stage. And then the 2 places above that, so 14th and 13th currently, would be in the relegation playoff. So we are actually 6 points away from safety. We've only won 6 games all season, drawn 9 and lost 13. I think this is our worst season so far. We need things to change pretty quickly. And in today's episode, we are going to be playing against 6th place Botosani and 7th place Rapid Bucharest. So things aren't going to get any easier for us. But of course, we have had a transfer window since the last episode, and in the January transfer window, this guy came up on a scouting report that I got back. Darius Grosu, he's a centre midfielder. We've got him in on loan from Farol Constanța until the end of the season. He's a decent looking centre midfielder. It's just a bit more depth in that position for us. He's played a few times for us. He's done all right, 6.86 average rating in his first 3 games, or 3 starts, I should say. But yeah, he's in with us until the end of the season. So hopefully he can help us out in this relegation battle that we have found ourselves in. And some other transfer-related news. Vincenzo de Sommer's contract is up at the end of the season. He looks like he's not going to get any better as a footballer, so I wasn't planning on renewing his contract anyway, but he's decided to move to Palermo on a free transfer when his contract is up. Pretty good news for us because he's on £1,200 per week and he's not a regular starter. He's played 16 games so far in the league this season out of 28, so he's more of a squad player, I would say that. So, since the last episode, we have been tinkering a bit with formations and tactical styles and other such things. So this is the one that I settled on. It's a counter-attacking formation. I've given up the ghost of trying to play beautiful football of control and possession and everything that I've tried to do previously and pressing and stuff. And we're just going for one of the preset styles, fluid counter-attack, we are not a great team. We were expected to be in a relegation battle. It's where we find ourselves. We've got to just try and make the most of any chances that we get. So we're trying to be really solid at the back with a 5 at the back. Casey, who is playing at Libero today, is of course going to be moving a bit further forward to start to try and sort moves out from the back. But yeah, we're trying to be defensively secure and maybe nick a goal or two. Goals have been difficult to come by. I thought I would just show you this. So I've ranked this in order of goals scored. So not many goals scored. Kukolj is our top scorer with 8 goals from 21 games. David Min's got 5. Denos 4. 3 for centre midfielder Badea. Another centre midfielder Marchese with 2. Our strikers have just not been bagging the goals, really. Milos Kukolj, like I said, is the top scorer, but 8 goals from 21 games. It's not great. We are also in the midst of 3 games in the space of a week. So the players are pretty tired. We've got Oliver Casey, who I said was playing as Libero today. He might actually be playing as Libero today because he's pretty tired. Alongside Badea, who's also pretty knackered out there. Jensen and Kukolj are all right. They'll probably get through the game, but I think I'm going to have to switch Badea and Casey for someone else. So we're going to put Richard Jensen in the Libero role. Oliver Casey is going to drop to the bench in place of Catalin Kokos, one of our youngsters who has been training quite well recently. Saying that, click on his attributes. It's mainly down, but some attributes are going up, I guess. I don't really know what's going on with him at the moment. I was between him or Lucas Urea. I might go Lucas Urea, now that I've seen that. Yeah, Lucas Urea is going to be in for instead of Catalin Kokos at centre-back. Not really had many opportunities this season, I don't think, Lucas. And then we'll bring Stefan Passionel in for Julian Badea as well. Passionel has got a little fitness test icon next to his name, but he should be okay. I think it doesn't tell me to limit his minutes or anything. Yeah, we're struggling for players. You can see down here, Darius Grosu, our January signing, he is not capable of playing today. Soren Serban, again, he's coming back from injury, so he can't play today. Stefan Dragici is looking tired too. Jeremy Van Mullen suspended. So there's not many options for us to choose from today. But I don't really want to have unfit people on the bench either. So Cesar Cryu is going to come onto the bench for Oliver Casey, and then we're going to have to find someone to come on the bench for Badea as well. I think that's going to be, well, there was going to be Soren Nedelcu, but he's not great either. Yeah, we'll put Soren Nedelcu on the bench for Julian Badea. He is Soren Nedelcu, just in case I've not shown you him before. A youngster. It's not got great potential, but it's all we've got to work with. So yeah, this is our starting lineup. We've got Tom Aniga in goal. Few mistakes from him in the games off camera since the last episode. He is hopefully back to form now. He's been training very well. He's made a few key saves as well in some of the games recently. But yeah, we need big performances from him. One of our better players. In fact, the best player on the field if you go by the star ratings. At right back, we've got Tafari Moore. Then we've got Vincenzo De Sommer, Richard Jensen and Lucas Urea in central defence, with Darius Murasan getting a rare start at left back, with Soren Serban being out of the side today, and Richard Jensen, who normally plays as backup at left back, being in a central defensive role today. In centre midfield, as I said, we've got Stefan Passionel coming in for Badea, and then Federico Marchese alongside him, with Claudio Denos on the right wing, Jovan Mitrovic on the left wing, and Milos Kukolj, our top scorer, up front. He went a long time without getting a goal. I can't remember how long it was. It was a ridiculous number of games. Hopefully he can fire us to safety. I've not got much confidence, but we'll see what happens. Of course, I'll click submit, but of course, if we do get relegated and we do keep our job, we will be continuing. And this save where the aim was to get to the Champions League final, well, to win the Champions League with all the previous winners of the Champions League, will just take that bit longer. I'm thinking this might have to extend into next year's game, but I'm enjoying being in charge of Steaua Bucharest. I just wish there was more success, but that's kind of on me for not being good at the game, I guess. So we're well through the first half, and Stefan Passionel has picked up an injury, and he's indicating that he wants to come off. He is one of our better performers today, but I need to take him off, and that's unfortunate because it's only Soren Nedelcu on the bench. So I've got a choice to make here. Do I move Richard Jensen into Stefan Passionel's position and then bring on a centre-back, or do I bring on Soren Nedelcu, who is lacking in a lot of attributes required to be a decent player. I'm going to move Jensen into centre midfield. We'll move De Sommer into the libero role. And then Passinel can come off and we'll bring on Catalin Kokos. So highlight straight from making that change. I don't know if the change has gone through yet, but FC Botosani playing in red today on the ball. It's Ivanov with the ball. We need to make a challenge. We just seem to be letting them come at us. Obviously, we are playing counter-attacking, so I need to get used to that. Ivanov on the ball once more forward to Porath. Porath with a long-distance shot, and that's over the bar, fortunately, for us. Wansea with a through ball to Mensah. Mensah's got a great opportunity here. He's being covered well, though, by our defender. Mensah pulls it back to Nitha. Nitha with the shot. It's off the post, and Kokos scrambles a clearance away. Botosani looking a bit more dangerous after we were forced into making that change. Ivanov with the ball in. Mensah with a header, and it's a good save from Tomaniga. Now I'm wondering whether I should have left Jensen in central defence and just brought on Nedelcu. Okay, I'm having a bit of a tinker around here, so I think we're going to take Urea off. We're going to change to a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. Jensen is going to move into the defensive midfield role. We are going to bring on Soren Nedelcu, despite the fact I said I wasn't going to do that. He's coming on, and what's his best role? I mean, Marchese's best role is clearly Mazzala, so I don't know why I'm playing him as a Carolero. So we'll do that, I think. Jensen in defensive midfield, stick him as the anchor man. And then we've got Kokos and De Sommer in central defence together. Everyone else the same apart from Nedelcu alongside Marchese in centre midfield. Free kick for Botosani. Towards Popper. Popper with a header, Niga with a save. Baldo with a tap in, and it's in. The flag is up. We're probably going to go to VAR. Was the flag up? I'm sure I saw the flag up. Defenders are appealing. Referee is checking with the video assistant, and it's been disallowed. That's what we like to see. Right, now we need to make the most of this. We've not had any real chances today, and this is a free kick in almost exactly the same position. Baldo with a header of the bar that time. As I said, Botosani are 6th in the table. If it stays like this, touch wood, we would go above Dynamo Bucharest with a draw today. We'd go 1 point clear of them. Still 3 points behind 13th place Universitatea Craiova and 5 points off 12th place. But when the opening stage of the season is over, as I realise that the game is actually running out of time and we've still got changes to make, so we'll pause it there and I'll continue a point in a second. So we are making a formational change once more. Mitrovic is coming off. David Min is coming on. He's going to be a target forward on support. We're going to do a direct counter-attacking style. We'll stick Kukolja as a poacher. Donos is going to move inside to the attacking midfield role. He's going to be an advanced playmaker on attack. Then everyone else is staying the same. So we'll see what happens with this. But as I was saying, at the end of this opening stage, the points are halved. So the gap that's actually 5 points will be 2.5 points. So 3 points gap when we get into the relegation stage. It really looks like we're not going to have any chances in this game. And we don't. It's full time. 0-0. Decent point, I guess. We've moved up the table with that result. It's a weird one. So, as I said, thanks to the defeat from Dynamo Bucharest against our next opponents, Rapid Bucharest, we have climbed up to 14th, which is, of course, a relegation playoff place. But we are, as I said, 3 points behind 13th place Universitatea Craiova. They've got a game in hand. We're 5 points off Concordia Chiajna, who are in the final safe position in this league. But we have got the game against Rapid Bucharest to come. We're up to 14th. They're up to 8th. It's a Bucharest derby to end the opening stage of the season. And join me for that in a second. Here we are. It's time for the final game of the opening stage of the Casa Liga 1 season. Everyone's playing at the same time. I believe we have a home game against 9th place now, Rapid Bucharest. We are 14th. Victory today can take us to within 2 points of Concordia Chiajna, which would, of course, go down to 1 point when we get into the next stage of the season. And there's not really anything to fight about in terms of the top 6 and then the bottom, however many split that happens in the league, as Botosani are 5 points clear of Arid, who are 7th. So Botosani occupy the final place in the championship group stage of the season. So this is all just to see who's going to have some momentum going in to the next stage. So we have made a few changes for this game. Rotation mainly, just to keep everyone fit. You can see on the bench, Richard Jensen and Milos Kukolj are both lacking a bit in conditioning today. So the lineup is as follows. We've got Tomaniga in goal still. Tafari Moore at right back. Oliver Casey, Jeremy Van Mullen and Vincenzo De Sommer in central defence. We've got a bit more of a solid defence today. And then Katlin Kokos at left back. I say as we had a bit of a solid defence. Katlin Kokos, of course, is he's one of our youngsters. He's okay. He's the one that I thought was doing really well, but turns out he isn't. Tackling of Levin is a standout in his technical attributes, but Soren Serban's still not fully fit. Darius Murasan is not fit. Richard Jensen is not fit. So Katlin Kokos is our only option really at left back today. Julian Badea and Federico Marchesi are our centre midfielders today. Badea, of course, coming in for Stefan Passinel, who picked up a bit of a knock in the last game. And then didn't we see that Marchesi was better off as a Metzala? I'm sure that's what we learned last time out. How is Badea at a Carolero role? It's half a star worse according to that, but I think that's acceptable. So Stefan Dragici is at right wing today. Jovan Mitrovic is on the left wing, and then David Min is up top. Sort of tempted to put him as a target man and then direct counter-attack, but that's an option for later in the game, I think. Now, I am going to have to change a few people on the bench because they don't have much condition. Like I said, Jensen and Kukolj both lacking in that. Now, Ili Marintelu he's been training well, the right back / right midfielder. So he's going to get rewarded with a place on the bench today, I think. And then we'll bring Alan Moldovan onto the bench as well for Richard Jensen, the young striker, Alan Moldovan. Don't think I mentioned him much recently. He was supposed to be a really hot prospect, but I think we've kind of ruined him because I wasn't taking control of the training or the under-19s training. That's something that I have started doing now. So hopefully we see a bit more development. But saying that, since I've taken over, Katlin Kokos has gone down in most of his technical attributes. Has he been injured? Is that why it's happened? Where's his medical report? There it is. Not really. He was out for 3 days with a tight groin. I can't imagine that would have done it. I just don't really know. He's going up in some of his physicals, some of his mentals, and then just heading in his technical. So I don't know if it's just because he's getting older or what, but hopefully we can recover what's happening there. Now, as I said, I have started taking control of training quite recently, and since the last match, and the matches that went before that, where we were struggling to create chances, I've had us doing some attacking training this week. Of course, we didn't have many chances to do training. We only had 2 days gap between the last game and this game, but hopefully that's going to help today. Rapid Bucharest, of course, as I said, in 9th place. Iron with Pop is a name that stands out on the bench. Felix Chenkum, he's done us some damage in the past for them, so we have to keep an eye on them. Albert Stahl as well on the bench has scored a few goals against us. Here we go. We are the home side today. We are playing in our usual red and blue striped kit. Rapid Bucharest playing in their white kit, and hopefully we can create some chances. That's all I ask. I'm not expecting a win. If we get a win, brilliantly. I can't talk today. I don't know what's happening. If we get a win, brilliant. But I just want to see some chances. We've not had any chances for the past few games. As Marchesi plays a beautiful ball to Mitrovic. Mitrovic with a chance. Mitrovic with a goal. Jovan Mitrovic with his second goal of the season after 3 minutes in the derby. The stands are packed for this massive Bucharest derby, and Mitrovic has rewarded them for attending by placing that ball beautifully past the goalkeeper, and we've finally got a goal. Marchesi with a beautiful ball. Mitrovic doing well to stay on side there. I mean, there was a defender who was just dawdling and playing 3 of our players on side, but 1-0 after 3 minutes. Burlachu is into our box now though. He has to hold the ball up, plays it across to Sintian. Sintian towards Diarra. We need to make a challenge. That's not the challenge we need to make. That's going to be a penalty, and Rapid are going to have a chance to get back into this game. Is it going to be a booking as well? Oh, Tomaniga, I don't know what you're running out and complaining for. It was a clear trip by our defender there. Referees checking with VAR. And there it is, penalty given. Badea with a trip, and Rapid with a chance to get back into this. We need some heroics from Tomaniga now in goal. As I said, he's been training well. He's not been practicing penalties. And Sintian sends it past the keeper. The keeper going the right way, but there was just too much on that shot from Andre Sintian, getting his second goal of the season as well. And we're back on level terms with just about half an hour played. Corner kick, Dragici from the right-hand side. Can we get ahead to it? It's towards Min, who's very tall. It's headed away. I think Min is about 6'2". He's the tallest striker we have. The rest of them are about 5'9". So getting a ball into David Min is not a bad idea, as we try to do so again, but Brunescu comes out and collects that well for Rapid. And no doubt he's going to launch this forward. He does so towards Diarra, the man who won the penalty. De Sommer wins the header, though, thankfully. Now Mitrovic to Badea, the man who gave the penalty away. Can he save his skin from that mistake as he plays the ball out wide to Kokos? Katlin Kokos, the youngster, playing at left back today. Can he get a nice ball in? He's looking to find some space to do that. Plays it back to Badea instead. Kokos with the ball in. Marchesi is in the box. It's headed away. But Tafari Moore is there to pick it up, the right back. He was going to look to run down the right wing this time and try and get a ball into the box. He does so to the back post towards Mitrovic, headed away once more by the defender, but it comes straight back to our left back Kokos, and we're just piling on the pressure here as Badea's got the ball in the centre of the field. He's probably going to take a shot, I think. Badea with a shot, and it's just over the bar from Julian Badea. We could have probably done with just keeping possession there and continuing to bombard the Rapid goal, but can't really control what an individual is going to do. So we get to half-time. Decent first half, that. We've created some chances. We've created more chances than Rapid have. We've had a lot of the ball as well, considering we're playing a counter-attacking formation. And I'm pretty pleased with how things are going. Julian Badea is looking a bit aggressive, though, so I'm not happy with that. I'm going to tell him to calm down. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, because generally when you tell someone to calm down, they don't react well, and that's what's happened. And his centre midfield partner's also got demotivated by that as well, despite the fact he's our best performing player today. That's disappointing. Stefan Dragici has picked up a knock, and he's not doing great at right wing today. But I don't think we've got anyone that can play there. We've got Marintelu, the youngster who's trained well, but you can see he's nowhere near ready for first team football. So I think Dragici is going to have to stay there unless we change formation. I don't really want to change formation just yet because we are playing quite well. Yeah, but we'll leave it. We'll see how Dragici gets on in the early stages of the second half. I'm hoping that what I said to Badea hasn't royally screwed our chances of getting something from this game. Right, I am going to make a change now. We're 65 minutes into the game. Dragici is just playing worse and worse and worse. So Dragici is going to come off. We're going to bring on Emilian Passinel, who's looking motivated. We are going to have to make some sort of change. And I'm not quite sure what that change is yet. Mitrovic is doing really well, so I don't really want to take him off. Do we put Passinel as an attacking centre midfielder? Advanced playmaker on attack. We've got a bit of a gap down the right-hand side then. Unless we switch the... If I switch the Carolero to that side, he'll cover the right-hand side, surely. So put Badea on there, and then change Marchesi back to being the Metsala on support. I think that's how it'll work. Tafari Moore, not doing great in defence. Marintelu is looking anxious. Marintelu has not got any standout technical attributes. His decision-making and positioning is pretty decent mentally. He's got good natural fitness. But I don't think any of them are enough to warrant me bringing him on in a game where we're drawing and in a season where any point is vital. So as much as I want to take Tafari Moore off, I don't think I can. Okay, we've confirmed those changes. I hope they don't come back to bite me. Now, 10 minutes to go, and every part of me is saying we need to try and get a goal here. We could win this game. But then there's a little niggling doubt in the back of my head that I think I'm going to listen to that is saying, no, we need to just stay for the point because we could end up losing it all. A point is decent. A point cuts down the margin from us to the teams in and around the relegation zone and will help us in the long run. Now, we've got on the bench, in terms of body language, there's only one player that I would even think about bringing on apart from Costel Popescu, the backup goalkeeper, who I wouldn't bring on anyway, and that is Lucas Urea, the central defender. So Vincenzo De Sommer is our worst performing central defender currently, and he's looking nervous. So I think we might bring on Lucas Urea. We'll give him a little bit of a team talk as well. We're going to tell him there's no pressure on him tonight because he is he a youngster? He's 20-something, isn't he? I'm not going to say there's no pressure. I'm going to say I want you to make the difference. Or I want to see a good performance. I'm not sure what I'm going to say. In fact, I'm not going to say anything because that could just end up ruining it all. So we'll just confirm this up. Lucas Urea coming on is our final substitution. Is it? Have we made 3? No, it's our second substitution. I don't think we need to make another one. We don't really have an option at right back, as I said. So Yeah, we'll just confirm that. This is a chance. Forimur with a throw in. Badea through to Milian Passinel. He's got a lot of space on the edge of the box. Passinel, can he find a shot? He finds Marchese instead. Now Van Mullum with a shot blocked, and I feel like the chance is gone for us. Diarra with the header away, and Sommer is going to collect that before he gets taken off. Ball inside from him to Van Mullum. A bit of time and space for Van Mullum to find a pass. Passinel looks like he's in tons of space there, but Van Mullum plays the ball out wide right to Forimur. Forimur wins the corner. And that'll give us time to have that substitution. Free kick. Ball in towards Min. Headed away by Rapper. Casey should collect this for us to continue the attack. Plays that back to Catalin Kokos. Ooh, Kokos looked like he could get in some sort of difficulty there. He plays that back to Niga. And now Badea on the ball. Inside to Casey. Casey with a long ball searching for Min, who wins the header and knocks it down to Passinel. Passinel inside to Marchese. Looked like there was a through ball on there, but Mitrovic sort of delayed his run, and that's cleared by their goalkeeper. But Urea has picked it up, the substitute. Now Badea across to his centre midfield partner Marchese. Back to Lucas Urea, the second half substitute. I think I just said that, didn't I? Marchese's giving the ball away, and Dobra is coming away with it now for Rapid down the right hand side. We need to make a challenge. It's Dobra, pulls it back to Rapia. Ball inside towards Panoy. Now Moyes, back to Panoy. Diarra with a shot. Just over the bar from Diarra. That would have been disappointing. And the chances keep coming for Rapid. Moyes with the ball in. Tomaniga should easily collect that, and he does. Hopefully we can get on the counter now, and this might be a chance for us. 3 minutes of added time. We're into the second of those minutes, just about. Not just about, we are into it. Tomaniga holding onto the ball. Long ball forward, trying to get over the defence. Does so. David Min, he's through on goal. Can he do it? David Min with a shot, and David Min has pulled it wide. That could have been a great chance. Well, there was a great chance. Could have been a great chance for us to get 3 points today. David Min disappointingly missing. And there's less than a minute to go. Kokos is on a yellow, so you need to be careful here not to foul Dobra, who plays that back to his central defensive player, Herring. Now, Moyes forward, headed away by Mitrovic, and I think this is just going to run down the clock. But we do have the ball, so maybe we can get a chance. Just short passing. Van Mullum back to Urea. 20 seconds left of this game, and we're just passing it amongst our defenders. Catalin Kokos dawdling on the ball again. The youngster plays that to Urea. Now Mitrovic. We're into the opposition's half now. Min, through ball. Passinel. Can we do it late on? Mateus tries to clear it. Passinel's got it. Clock's running down. Passinel needs to get a ball into the box. The referee's going to blow his whistle. And Mateus has dispossessed him. And that should be that. Ball cleared. Shinchan on the ball. The referee's still not blowing the whistle. He needs to blow his whistle. The 3 minutes are up. Right, Rapper on the right-hand side, and there's the full-time whistle. It's a 1-1 draw in the final game of the opening stage of the season. I'll take that. Any point is valuable at this stage of a relegation battle. We played well there. We played very well. Controlled possession, despite the fact that I was planning on just a counter-attacking sort of tactic, but it seemed to work. Mitrovic obviously getting us a good start, and then disappointingly, Badea conceding that penalty, which Centean tucked away. But a decent result, I would say. Again, 7th in the table. But not decent enough, because Dynamo Bucharest picked up a victory against Voluntari today. A 2-1 win for them moves them up to 14th. We are now down to 15th, back into a relegation place. The point difference between us and Dynamo Bucharest is 1, which will remain as 1 when the points get halved after, well, in a few days' time in game. We're still only 5 points off safety, which will be 3 points off safety when we move into the relegation stage. So all to play for. We showed some promising signs in this game. We just need to make sure that we can do that against all the teams that we face in the relegation stage. So Dragici is out injured after that game. He's only out for 2 days with a tight hamstring, which isn't too bad. We've got Soren Serban coming back to fitness, hopefully before the Concordia Chiajna game as well. So we'll have a few players back for then. And then this is what the table looks like in the relegation group stage of Casa Liga 1. We are second bottom, joint second bottom. Well, no, that's not what I was trying to say. Can I get my words out? I'm not sure. Steaua Bucharest, that is us. We are second bottom on 15 points, level on points with Dynamo Bucharest, who are 1 place above us. We're only 2 points off safety where Voluntari currently sits. So things have tightened up thanks to the fact that we start this stage with 50% of our points total. We're now only 5 points off the top of the relegation group as well. So if we can find some form, we could still somehow get into the European playoff place, but we're not looking towards that at all. We just want to make sure we're not, at the very least, we're not in the red places of 9th and 10th. So looking ahead to the next episode, we of course play each side in the relegation group stage just the once. The 3 teams that are closest to us above us are Dynamo Bucharest, Concordia Chiajna and FC Voluntari. Of course, we play Concordia Chiajna in the opening game of the relegation group stage, and Dynamo Bucharest is sort of in the middle. So I'm going to provisionally say I'm going to come back for the final 2 games of the relegation group stage, but we'll see what is occurring during the games off camera. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and see you next time.